Hey guys, it's Murali. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. So with this particular video, it's something that I wanted to do for quite a long time because basketball wire is something that I've really recently got into and I've done my research, and I feel like there's something that I wanted to just dive deep into, which is the relationship between Jackie and her two daughters and what is actually going on between this scenario from a psychological perspective. And the reason why I want to get into this only because it recently has surfaced that both her daughters are beefing on Instagram, and it really is an absolute shame. Now, we all know about the book that Takari Lee released because that book has been released for a while, probably way long before I even started YouTube, so everybody knows the context of the book, so I'm not going to really go through that, but we know that she obviously treated one daughter much better than the other based on the colour of the skin. That one was light skin, one was dark skin, and obviously this could also be a reason because Jackie's daughter, her dark-skinned daughter, reminded her of her husband, who she actually incarcerated herself. So they say, allegedly, that's the tea.
So that's what I was trying to get at. So were you ever raised by your mom?
Nah.
So you were born and then you went to live. So from infant, from a baby, you went to live with your grandmother.
Same thing with me. Before everything else changed, they kind of like made it disappear. You know, I wasn't able to talk about my own father. I wasn't allowed to get that information.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of the main reasons for why she really has just had it with Takari Lee and has always been against her from the young, which is a very sad thing to do considering that is your daughter, and making it run on a treadmill, the other one has to watch. We don't have to go through those details, but basically this person has suffered a life as opposed to the other daughter because of the colours of their skin. It really is indoctrinated so deep into Jackie's mind that it is just very worrying. And a lot of people have been expressing the fact that there is a likeliness that Jackie herself is a narcissist and that so is her daughter, and that she developed that from her mother, and a mother-daughter relationship to both of them have narcissism is very likely to happen, that a child develops from the mother based on their relationship. So that's something that I'm not really surprised on, and that's something that I have seen in many different environments. But we have her daughter Takari Lee, who went on Instagram and expressed happy birthday to the niece, and the fact that she hasn't seen the niece or the nephew, I'm not sure if it's a boy or girl, I haven't done that much research, but has obviously expressing love for the child, and the fact that her daughter, her sister, completely hits her back with something very negative, and it wasn't the positive reaction that Takari Lee was initially looking for. Now this is what she said. She was like, I'm not with the public shenanigans anymore, that's why I've been quiet. I don't have no ill wishes towards you, but this ain't genuine and you know that. You put this up for your followers and the blogs, so you can carry on with this sad, sappy charade like nobody gives a F about you, don't want nothing to do with you. I've been there for you and dare you say otherwise. So it's, Chantel, so it's just very weird. I feel like Chantel is she's just very interesting, let's just say, as a character, because on season 1, back in Basketball Wives ages ago, she was very for the treatment that Takari Lee had experienced from her mother, and the stories, if you were looking into it and you researched it, or the story that Chantel said, the story that Takari said, they both coincided, they both matched, there was something there was an element of truth.
Anybody's ever loved or cared about Cardi. Mm-hmm. And that's just, I can't accept it, in a sense. Even if you do love me, I'm sorry, I don't know how to feel love, I guess. I don't know how to get it from you because I just can't explain it.
See, as a kid, I never really cared about.
Chantel's story supported what Takari Lee was saying, which only adds a likeliness. And then we have Takari Lee, with her book coming out as well. And then we have Jackie just completely shutting down everything and refusing to even acknowledge it. And you can just tell from the way this person has so many mood swings that this person likely is to be a narcissist, where she can't even fathom to say an apology. And she recently, in her new episode that's coming out this week, she's with a therapist and she just describes her daughter as me, describes her daughter as XYZ, which is just such strong words. But is she really describing her daughter, or is she really describing somebody else that she sees through her daughter? And that's something that I feel like she needs to see, that enlightenment needs to occur. But really and truly, is there going to be any space for enlightenment when she has treated this daughter of hers for so bad for so long, allegedly? Is there really space for it? No, there isn't. And she can't really see that. It's just not there. As if she's just not able, there's no ability to climb on that step to see what she is doing, because of the fact that she has developed, I feel, a narcissistic personality disorder. But I do feel like it's something that I wanted to touch on, because I feel like the relation between these three is very interesting. We have, Takari Lee living with her grandmother, and Chantel with this abundance of wealth given from her mother, and why they treat so differently. So I feel like it's something that's been on our minds. If you watch the show, if you are aware of these people for a very, very long time, people who have actually read the book probably going to be in shock, because I don't really blame Takari coming out in that book, because you could be doing it for money. You could be doing it to get some attention, but at the end of the day, that just comes with the notion of speaking up about your truth, especially when you've come from an abusive background. When you need to speak up about your truth, you know, other stuff will just come along with it. It is what it is. People have their intentions, and I don't feel like her intentions were negative. And I'm glad that she came out with her truth and out with that book. Having said that, I'm glad the way the therapist just checked her, saying, well, the apple does not fall far from the damn tree, and it does not, because, you know, that behavior that she dislikes in Takari comes from somewhere, and it comes from you. You expressed that behavior, you gave that to her from the way you treated her, and the fact that she's still looking for that love is the sad part of the story. Takari is looking for love from the people that have abused her, like a codependent kind of relationship that is bred here. You are trying to find love from people that you are meant to find love with, but you just can't. And you're confused as to why not, and you're going to keep on trying to get to that level until you get to that love, and you just cannot. The best thing for her to do would be to cut out these people, cut out the toxic situations in her life, whether they're family, whether they're friends, and move on. But that is something that is very easier said than done and can be very difficult. Some people can do it quicker than others, but regardless, if you do it quicker than others, there's always going to be that kind of recoil damage effect of just mentally, you're just shocked about what's happened. So I can totally understand, but it's very sad to see how she's still looking for that love despite everything that has happened, despite the book and all the details that it had. And, you know, I really wanted to just touch on this only on the basis because a lot of stuff has revived the story in relation to the fact that Chantel and Takari are going at each other on Instagram, and that we have the therapist session that is going on in the new episode where Jackie just does not like her, dislikes her, and the therapist just checked her like there was no other damn thing on this earth, that the apple does not fall far from the tree, and she just broke down and cried. So the only reason why I feel like Jackie may turn the situation around with her daughter is only because it's in the public eye. And when it comes to a narcissist, they need to have a clean public image. They cannot have anything that affects it. So by fixing this relationship with her daughter, or acting like she's wanting to fix it, it fixes her public image. So therefore, that can rest the narcissist's mind. And I feel that is something that Jackie is doing. I don't feel like she's ever apologized, which the narcissist can't do. She's never ever taken accountability, which the narcissist can't do. There's several different criteria lists that she's fitting into. So when people say she's a narcissist, I look into myself and I feel like there is something there that fits into it. And Chantal has had that personality bred into her from the get-go, from when she was young, that superior attitude that she was brought into. Maybe she doesn't even feel like she's superior from a conscious manner, but subconsciously she probably does. And you know, she brought up herself back in the season, now she's changing the game. So it's interesting. This entire situation is very, very interesting, and I feel like it's all in the public eye. People are going to talk about it, and there's no harm doing so. But what are your thoughts about this entire situation? What are your thoughts about the recent Instagram feud between the two sisters, between Jackie and the therapist? Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Hit me up on my Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube, please. The deals are below. Thank you guys for watching this particular episode. I tried it. Thank you guys for watching this particular video. Hit me up and follow me, and I will definitely catch you guys soon.